I've been working really hard lately not to be a permissive parent. If you're unsure of what permissive parenting looks like, I'll post a link as an example. And I realized over the weekend that I don't really like my kids. And I don't mean, let me explain. I love my kids. But I think as their parents, it's fair and okay for me to say that sometimes I don't like them. If I was 9-year-old Ashley, I don't think would be friends with either of my kids. And as I'm getting to know my children, I'm realizing that there's a lot of things about their personalities. There's a lot of things about, the things that they like to do, their interests that I just don't like. And it's completely different than, what I consider to be interesting and what I consider to be fun and the type of activities and things I like to do as a 9-year-old kid. Today's kids just ain't that way. Millennials know the era that we grew up in. And our kids is definitely gonna end up being some, very much entitled, spoiled brat. Like, fuck that, mama always got McDonald's money, okay? Yes, I spoil my kids, even though spoil means to decay and rot over time, which I'm not doing that. But my kids are privileged, and I don't care about that. Now, I practice a very unpopular style of parenting. I hold myself accountable for things within that relationship. If I'm out of line, I apologize. I allow my kids to express their feelings, to express their emotions, to hold them accountable, okay, when those emotions have led to behaviors that were not acceptable. I've learned that you can't parent one child how you parent the next child because they're two completely different human beings. That's why the education system pisses me off, thinking that there is just one absolute way of learning for every individual child when every individual child is significantly different than the next. But we're not gonna get into that. They're just morphing into their own little people. And I try to minimize my control over that as much as possible. I grew up in a time where voices weren't heard, emotions weren't considered or even acknowledged. And if I stepped out of line or did something that my parents, decided was disrespectful, I would get punished for that. I had to really break that cycle of, whooping my kids. That's something that I no longer do. I was in conflict with the parent that I want to be versus the parent that I thought I should be. So I was like, I got whooping as a kid and I turned out fine. Bitch, please. Okay, you're 33, you're a therapist in therapy. Humble yourself. But yeah, I'm just learning that when you allow your kids to really just be individuals, you also have to accept the fact that they're going to gain tendencies and behaviors that you ain't gonna fuck with. And I'm like, damn. Parenting's a trip.